This is a video chart presentation of Bill the Butcher Inc., brought to you by allpennystocks.com. Bill the Butcher is a NASDAQ bulletin board company trading our ticker BILB. This is a look at a 6-month chart. I'm using a thinkorswim platform here. Stock Chart doesn't have this in their library. We requested it, but it hasn't made the database yet. So when I use this thinkorswim for video purposes, I definitely scale down some of the indicators. But because this is kind of in a sideways channel through here for the last several months, going back into last November, you can see it's kind of just been trading sideways, slight downtrend. There's a bottom support that's been established. So the indicators are kind of running very neutral at this point. You can see here's the RSI. Keeps going up, hitting 50, bouncing back down. Having a tough time breaking through that to get some momentum behind it. Looked like it was going to try and go through again right through this area. Of course, bounced back down again. A little bit of selling pressure came in yesterday. You see about 50,000 shares traded. The stock obviously trades very thin. So I just put a couple different, trend, momentum, and then a volume-based indicator on here to try and get an overall picture. You see this is the taking money flow. Popping through zero, which is a good thing, showing that some buying pressure is actually coming into this stock, which would tell you that a day like this actually came down on a lower amount of shares and was bought back up with more buying pressure. That's why you see the taking money flow starting to make its move from down here at the bottom area, moving back up. That tells you from this period to this period, there's been more buying pressure than selling pressure. We'll look for things like this trend line to be broken. You see it's pretty close to it at this point. You want to see it holding over zero, though, to show buying pressure is still strong. RSI, of course, the big thing for that is going to be breaking through that 50 line and showing some strength coming into that as well. You want to see some momentum coming into this stock. One thing that I like to see is this MACD trending back towards zero. See that trend line right there? So you want to see it break through the money line. The break of zero is very bullish for the MACD. That's a nice trend back towards zero at this point. When it comes to the candles, there's a couple different things I see. One, there's a nice bottom support right through this $1.30 area that I'd like to see hold. Of course, it has this low of $1.25 where it dipped below it on these 2 days. But you can see for the most part, it's held that throughout this channel. And you see that top part of that channel kind of coming right through this area, right through $1.60. Now, although it popped above it here for a couple days, again, that channel's primarily through there from $1.40 to $1.60. And even more recently, these last few weeks, you can see right through here, it's been pretty tight, right around this $1.40 to $1.50 area. So in the overall grand scheme of this, I want to see this bottom support hold at $1.30. But when I come into these last few weeks, I want to see if this is going to make a break through 150, because I think this channel that's been in this last few weeks is pretty important. If it can make a move to the north side, I think it's got a pretty good chance at breaking through this $1.60. The reason I say that is because there's kind of a downtrend that's coming right through that area. It gets cluttered up with a lot of lines on this, but I hope you can see what I'm talking about here. Is from that point down through there, it's kind of pinned against that downtrend, which coincides with this recent little channel at $1.50. So I want to see it push through that $1.50 to break this recent downtrend line and to take a shot at this $1.60. I think it might have a move coming because of these moving averages pulling together. This is the 20-day, the red line is the 50-day. You see they both come in, they're tucked right together right now. Looking for that 20-day to break up through the 50-day and give this a little bit of push, have this MACD try and go truly bullish, break through the money line, and see if this can make a push to the north side. If it can break through $1.60, you start going back to some historic levels on this. You'll see that $1.50 right through there. It actually ties in with that real small recent channel, and you won't see a lot of resistance until it starts getting up here near this $1.80 area. And that's based on this historic levels back through here. So I think if the push happens and if it can push through $1.50, it's not going to hit real strong resistance until it gets up here near $1.80 or so. That's a 20% or more gain from where it is at this point. And I'd be looking for some upper level resistance up here in this area of $2. You see it had a hard time. This is going back into the beginning of last November. I don't like to set targets. Everybody knows that follows our charts. I don't do that. I don't want to try and mislead people. But this is what I'd be looking for resistance in the future. Right up here around $1.98, $2 as being a strong area of resistance if it can make a move to the north side. So this $1.50 marker is actually pretty important for me. I want to see it push through that. I think if it can do that, it can take out these old highs right through here at $1.60 and make a solid run at this $1.80. And if it penetrates the $1.80, I think it's probably going to touch $2. So I'm going to be keeping my eye on this over the next few days. If this is going to break through, I want to see these volume bars pick up a little bit more. I want to see a strong move through these resistance levels. And that's going to mean a little bit more buying pressure I want to see. I want to see some big, tall green bars, basically. And if that happens, we'll see some of these moving averages play themselves out, go truly bullish. And we'll see some things like this RSI make their break through 50 and go into bull chart territory. And this chart will be taking on a totally different look. And it all starts by breaking out of this small channel right here over the last few weeks and then going forward from there. And of course, on any dip, like I said, I want to see it hold this bottom support at $1.30, just like it did yesterday. Bounced right off of it, pulled right back up. So these are the things that I'm going to be looking for in the Bill the Butcher chart. As always, this annotated video chart is merely my interpretation. I'm not a financial consultant. I strongly encourage you to do your own proper due diligence. Consult with qualified financial advisors before making any investment decisions. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Please visit the allpennystocks.com website to view the full disclaimer disclosure and do not base any investment decisions upon any material found on the website and/or this video chart. No person employed by All Penny Stocks is a registered investment advisor or licensed broker-dealer. Thank you for watching and trade smart.